New York Sash, we pride ourselves not only being a home improvement company, but also being an education center for homeowners here locally looking to invest in smart home improvement upgrades. We thought the best thing to do was bring in our friend Deb from First Source here to help us give some education to all the homeowners here in the Mohawk Valley. How are you, Deb?
Good, Kevin. How are you? Thanks for having me today.
I appreciate you coming down to help us out. I know that, you guys have been helping out people in the community for a long time, just like we do at New York Sash, so it's great to partner up. Home improvement, not only is home improvement something that you have to purchase, but it's really more of an investment when you talk about the things that protect your home. And approaching it as an investment is the best way to look at these home improvement projects. So one of the biggest things that we stress to homeowners when we're talking to folks that come visit us in our showroom or when we go out to visit them at their home is the idea of being proactive instead of reactive. You hate to find yourself in a position where you need a home improvement yesterday and now you don't have a lot of control over the outcome. You have to kind of take what you can get and act with haste when you can't really plan for it and give it, some strategic thinking through. So it's really important to be proactive instead of reactive. And especially as homeowners get older and things like that, we've seen a lot of situations where maybe somebody is in immediate need of a walk-in tub, safer tub or shower situation, and now you have to wait and you have to shop around and wait for the work to be done. So one of the biggest things we stress to homeowners, you really want to be proactive instead of reactive. Of course, we also think it's really important to choose the right contractor. If you're going to be investing a lot of money into your home, you want to make sure that it's somebody who has all the liability and workers' comp insurance that they need, make sure they have all the right licenses and permits to do the work. And you're also going to want to be concerned that they're going to do the work the right way. You have to make sure it's somebody with a reputation. You have to make sure that it's somebody who's going to put what they're going to do in writing. So you're not sitting and waiting around for somebody to come back and finish the job, or it takes months and months to get done what should be done in 2 days. So we think that, selecting the right person to invest with, when you think about it from the end of the type of work that you folks do, you wouldn't just invest your money or your portfolio with anybody. Well, it's the same thing. If you're going to invest in your windows or a walk-in shower or something to improve your home, you don't want to just invest that with the first person that comes by and says, hey, I got a great deal for you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's something that we really stress when we talk to people. It's, your home, for most people, it's the biggest investment that you have. And so if you're going to put some money into that to make your home more valuable or to protect the value of that asset, you have to be really strategic and really careful when you're thinking it through. And that's why we like to talk about home improvements, not as a purchase, but as an investment. Because truly, when you think about the systems that keep water outside of your house or keep the water flowing inside the house, flowing safely, different things like that, that's protecting your investment. And that's money well spent, because a lot of times if something has to be done in an emergency situation, it's going to be a lot more expensive. And it's just like, if you had a small spot of rust on your car, if you take care of it right now, it's going to be a lot less work and a lot less cheaper than if your whole quarter panel is rusted out,
Yes, no, 100%, Kevin. When members walk into our branch, that's one of the first things is we're very appointment-based, and we like to build relationships from every stages of life when our members come in. So especially when somebody comes in for home improvement, we kind of discuss 3 types of products that we offer. But really, we bring them into the office and sit down and try and help them best fit the best product that fits their needs based on the home improvement that they're doing, whether it be a kitchen remodel, whether it be a roof, or something simple as maybe just purchasing new furniture. But there's 3 primary products that we really like to sit down and offer them and explain. The first one is a home equity loan. If you're looking for more of a lump sum, that is probably the best product. It's a fixed interest rate. But again, we would kind of adjust it based on what somebody can afford. So really, that's what the big key thing is what someone is looking for and what really could they afford.
Yeah.
So, and then the second product is a home equity line of credit. Really, you're only paying on what you're borrowing. So say, for instance, right, if I were to take out a $50,000 home equity line of credit, and I'm only going to pay on what I'm drawing from that line. So say, for instance, I took $50,000 out and I'm going to do something small like maybe my bathroom for $5,000. So I have the line there that's available, but I'm only going to draw $5,000 first. So I'm only paying on the $5,000 that I'm taking, and I transfer that into, for example, like my checking account.
Oh, wow.
And then the final product that we have is actually a home improvement loan, and that's a product specifically with a special interest rate priced for home improvements. That has a quicker turnaround time than the home equity line of credit or the fixed home equity, because those applications, someone would come into the branch, they have to do an application, and then we would actually have to do an appraisal on their home, because really that's borrowing both of those products, a home equity line of credit and a fixed home equity loan, are borrowing against the equity that you have available in your home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys have got options that really can make it work for everybody and fits best. I think that's one of the great things about working with local companies, you know, New York Sash, like First Source, like all the great local companies we have here in Central New York, is when you come in, people know you. Whether you come into our showroom, you come into one of you guys' branches, somebody's going to sit and talk to you, and they're going to remember you, and you're not just a number, a name on a spreadsheet. And you can work with people in all stages. You know, there's a lot of young homeowners who've never had to do a big project before, and it feels daunting. Maybe they just got a mortgage a couple of years ago, and same thing, we've got older folks who are always, you know, looking out. Maybe they're living on a fixed income. Maybe they've got, you know, a situation where they're always looking out for getting scammed or taken advantage of. And working with trusted companies with great reputations is just, it's the smart way to plan for home improvements.
Yes, 100%. And that's, I mean, we really truly live to our tagline of living smarter, because we just don't put people in a box and in a product. We really try and take the time to have our members come in and sit down and go through, you know, what their need is.
Yeah.
And I would just say for anyone to start is to get an estimate of the cost of the project, of what they're looking
Definitely.
to do. And then they could go into any of our 6 branches that we have.
Yeah.
And we have also a full service contact center that could do the same as someone were to walk into the branch, and kind of really discuss what their need is and what they're really looking to do. And then all of our staff would recommend any of those 3 products that would best fit them, based on, like you said, times are really tough right now with
Sure.
increased costs of gas and electricity and national grid. So we always try and fit the best product for what the pricing that someone can afford.
I think this is really important information for homeowners, and I want to make sure that home improvement doesn't seem so daunting and scary and like something we can never afford. How are we going to do this? Like that old movie, The Money Pit. It doesn't have to be the money pit if you're smart about the way that you do home improvements and plan financially for them.
Yes, I agree. And thank you for having us today too, Kevin. We really, really appreciate it. Again, we just want to do really what's best for the members and their interest, and continue to build relationships and help them through every stage of life.
That's what it is. It's all about the relationships. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for
We'll
having
see
me.
you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Take care.